Welcome back, viewers. It's a beautiful Saturday here on the Gold Coast. Just out for a spin up to Tamborine Mountain, so I thought I'd just bring the GoPro along, cut a little video and just have a chat. I haven't been around in a while doing these videos anyway, so yeah, back, and I thought I'd crack one out today for you. Timeline wise, a couple things going on with the 300. Got a couple warranty claims. I'll show some more footage of that. Nothing major, but more pain in the ass stuff. The carbon fiber trim, which I discussed in my previous videos, is peeling up again on the rear driver's side door. It's been peeling up for a while, so I've had to take that into Chrysler. Alright, it's pretty tight around this side, but let's just show you the carbon fiber issue. Just trying not to bash my door. So as you can see here, you got your carbon fiber trim. All four doors have it, and the number one problem with SRT trim in the carbon, it doesn't stick and it always peels up. See, this one's actually got a couple cracks in it. I've never actually tried to flex that or crack that myself. It's actually managed to do that. So yeah, not even 6 months out of that. It's pretty piss poor. And it's a known problem in Chrysler. It's just something to be aware of if you want to get in the market for one. And also on the same visit, which is even a bigger one, sorry, I got a bit distracted there by the double white line overtaken on the bike, is the Uconnect system here, which is delaminating. Big pain in the ass, that one. So basically, didn't know anything about it. I hadn't heard of that being a problem with both Jeep and Chrysler with the Uconnect systems. But from looking into it now on the forums, there's been a couple of cases of it. And what happened with mine was a pretty warm day. Mine's parked in a garage under the house. I just had it parked up. I like keeping it out of the weather. And come out in the afternoon to go take it for a spin. And when I had a look at it, basically I saw this line going right across the screen, and at first I thought the screen had shattered. It looked like it, and it's never had a big impact, so I was like, oh, something's up here. And then went for a drive, and the screen actually did not turn on at all, so it stayed dark for a couple of minutes, and then all of a sudden it kicked back into life. It didn't come up with any faults on the computer system in the vehicle or anything. However, it just it just started working again. And then upon closer inspection of what I thought was the screen shattering, is it's actually got some curves in it, so glass doesn't break like that. Not in this particular fashion, so it's a delamination. So yeah, jumped on Google, looked it up, and a couple of other people have had the same thing with it. So, I mean, everything's still working, but it's really unsightly. Like, as you can see, I keep this thing pretty schmick. And it's really noticeable, particularly when the screen's off. You've got this big line going right across. So yeah, not too happy with that. However, nil issues in dealing with Chrysler for the replacement. Just the normal stuff, that it's going to take about 4 weeks for that to get here. So it must be coming from the States or something. But look, that's a Chryslerism, as my wife and I call them. These cars have just got certain things. Every car company or every car model is going to have certain things that go wrong with it. This is a Chrysler thing. And yeah, that's my Uconnect screen at the moment. Looks like crap. Considering the car's less than 3 years old and it's in mint condition otherwise. That's pretty disappointing, but that was one I didn't know about. Only after jumping on forums and researching the problem specifically did I find it. As I said, yeah, that one just happened parked in the garage. It was a hot day, jumped in the car, screen stayed black for a couple of minutes before it started working, but as soon as I jumped in the car, I noticed that it had that line across it. One thing that has changed though was the line was up here when it started and sort of came down this way a little bit, and just yeah, because it's delaminating, it's just sort of spread out a bit over time. So that's it off. It sticks out like dog's balls. Only saving grace is when you turn the car on and the screen actually comes on. It's just got to wait a couple of seconds. It doesn't look as bad, thankfully. Once it gets lit up, you can't really see it. But still, yeah, annoying. But yeah, Chrysler are fixing it. got to get it ordered from the States. It's going to be about a 4-week wait. So yeah, can't wait to get that sorted. Random one which really bugs me because I don't know how it happened is, I'll show some footage of it. The passenger side window control panel, there's like a little recessed coin holder there, and the plastic's broken out of the bottom of it, and that's showing the electrical wiring underneath, and it just looks crap. You can't see it unless you're like standing directly above it. No idea how that one's happened, guys. Never any passengers in my car. The only other person would be my wife. She owns one as well. We're both very careful around these vehicles, and she'd have no problem telling me if she accidentally broke it. However, another Chrysler-ism, of course, it's just a little shit. It'll be a $2 or $3 piece to replace it, but of course you can't get it as that little piece. So we've got two options. Option one is replace the actual window switch unit, which has that in it. Of course, that's an expensive option. That got priced at $118, I believe, and it has to be ordered in, and that's probably a 6-week wait. So that's option one. Option two on this is just to manufacture a template of sorts and make it just fit clean over where it's fractured underneath. So as I was saying earlier about the hole I got in my trim on the passenger side, this is it here. Lovely. So for the life of me, can't figure out how that happened. Yeah, so certainly didn't do it. Mrs. didn't do it, and we can't remember it being there when the car was purchased because we both went over it. So of those two options, realistically, I want to go for number one, even though it's 118 bucks, just because they're not going to be making these cars anymore, really. And you know, if you miss out on that opportunity to get the factory part, and you change your mind a couple of years down the track, you know, you're probably going to be screwed and having to go to a wreckers, and there's just not that many of them in wreckers. So I think I'll be going option one and just get it done right. Bit of a bugger. Never noticed it the whole first 6 months I owned it at all. Didn't see it when we inspected the car before purchasing it or after buying it. However, I did notice it when I took it into Chrysler up at Mackay a day or two after I had it in there, because I took it in to get the door trims replaced last September, October. The carbon fiber was peeling again in multiple spots on the vehicle. Got that replaced, and when I got the vehicle back a day or two later, I noticed that below the carbon fiber trim there, that was broken. Can't point the finger at anyone because I didn't see beforehand that it was intact, and it doesn't make sense replacing the carbon fiber trim why they would even go anywhere near that, or even put any, if they were, even enough amount of pressure to break it. So it just got me stuffed. It is what it is, but I will get that replaced. I think, as I discussed in one of the last videos, tires are coming up for replacement very soon. So yeah, I'll be looking into that. I'll make a video of that when I do it and change it. Just about at the end of these are Pirelli P0s. They're really, oh, it's a nice Porsche coming down the other way. They're a really good tire. I absolutely love them, can't fault them. Just curious to try maybe a new tire this time. Tread wear rating on these, they're a very soft tire, so they've got excellent wet and dry grip, so can't fault them on that. However, because they're like a 220 tread wear, they do wear down pretty quick. The problem I'm having, obviously you get a little bit more wear on the rears because it likes to squirrel about a bit, but it's the shoulders on the rears. So I think that was kind of my fault. I was running too low PSI for a number of months. I think I was running about 33 all around, and nothing wrong with grip. However, you did get a little bit more roll on the sidewall, which has caused early deterioration of the tire, which is now leading to replacement. Since observing that, I've pumped them up to 36 all around. That's cold temps. So when you're out driving, you're up around 37, 38 on this particular tyre, which does seem to alleviate the roll problem, and still it doesn't seem too harsh. It does firmen up the ride a little bit, but that's fine. The car suspension can handle it. Other than that, car's still rolling really well. There's a couple of little things I'm going to look at in the future, just getting some minor paint correction on it. The car's out of warranty in April of this year, and I've been throwing up the idea of whether I want to make it a bit more unique and do a few things to it. The idea of a wrap did cross my mind. However, I think in Australia here you're looking 6 to 10 grand for a wrap. That's a lot of money, and I don't mind paying it if it was a colour that I really liked. However, there's just not a wrap colour at the moment that I've seen I'd fork out 6 to 10 grand for. In particular because I'm already rolling in a pretty rare paint job, which is awesome. So, you know what I mean? Like, if I'm going to cover up this paint, it better be bloody good because the paint's so good. So I'm thinking the alternative on this is to, instead of spending 6 to 10 grand on getting a full wrap, is maybe start looking at just, you know, minor paint correction for this and keep it in good nick, because there's a couple of stone chips. I'll show you another thing in a video of where I've had a lovely elderly couple just before Christmas. Had to go to the shops on a busy Christmas lead up to a big shopping centre. Tried to do the right thing, parked it right down the very back, away from anybody. Came back out to my car and observed there was a couple in their 70s had parked next to me in some sort of SUV, and they just looked a bit sheepish around the car. They hung around their car for a minute. Gullible old me didn't check it out. Ended up jumping in my car, taking it home, and the next day I noticed on the driver's side rear wheel arch and my rear right rim that there was damage consistent with it being scrubbed. So it's actually taken off the grey and it's back to a black undercoat or bodywork, whatever colour it is. And the worst part was that they've scratched one of my rims now. It's not major, but I see it every time because I know it's there. And also these tyres from Chrysler, genuine tyres, they're a 20-inch forged rim, 2,900 bucks a hit. So obviously I'm spewing about that. I don't know if I can get it repaired. I'll have a try because I don't really have, well, I'm not going to drop 2,900 on one rim. I'd sooner change to a full set of new rims before doing that. And yeah, bloody old buggers. So total damage, if you're looking at rim can't be repaired, and the damage to correct what they did when they ran into the wheel arch, you know, I'm probably looking at 3.5, 4G worth of damage. So I wish I checked it. I'm kicking myself for not checking it, because that would have been an insurance claim any day of the week. Alright, and as I was saying earlier, I don't know if this will pick it up, the damage from the oldies on my paintwork. See along here, that's where they've run into the side of me, done a bit of damage. And we'll have a look on the rim. Where's the damage on the rim? There we go. I don't know if you can pick that up with the reflection of it, but the rim has got some a bit of gloss bumped off there. So yeah, good job by the oldies. Oh well, hope you enjoyed the ride along. That's the end of me. We're up at the top of Mount Tambourine now. Yeah, just thought I'd cut a quick video for you. Hope you're all having a good weekend, and yeah, I'll make another one soon. See ya.